I truly believe that we do live in a world of limitless possibilities. A lot of people see a world of limitless obstacles and they live in fear and they're always concerned. But for me, I think we really are in a world of limitless possibilities. Is there bad things going on in the world? Yes, but there has always been. If you look through history from the dawn of time, there's been bad situations happening to people throughout history. But you've got to make a decision. Do you see opportunity? Are you looking for opportunity? Are you able to recognize opportunity? Do you want a better life? Do you want to be the bearer of good news and a living example of that? And that's what today is all about, helping you achieve that. Because we all start out life with with an ambition to live our best life. Nobody goes to all the years of schooling and finishes for the high school, a university degree and says, oh, there's no hope for me. I don't have any plans for my future. Everybody has plans. Everybody wants to have financial freedom, time freedom, a great family environment, to be able to travel, live in a nice house and a nice car and have leisure activities and things, be able to look after themselves. But the reality is, for a lot of people, life beats the crap out of them in their 20s and their 30s, and they get to a stage where they become very bitter and actually resentful and loss of hope. And I believe that the loss of hope is one of the saddest things that people can endure. So I like to be the bearer of good news and hope and let you know that there is a way to have all these things, but you first got to have a clear intention. This is what you want, and you're prepared to do what it takes to get there, because that's really the actual starting point that you need. I've been firmly committed to living my best life from my early 20s right through to now at 61 years of age. And I've never stopped. Has it been a actually straight road to the finish line? Absolutely not. Full of ups and downs, full of losing everything, starting over again, lots of challenges, lots of disappointments. But just like Rocky, I never stayed down. I always got back up again, kept my eyes firmly focused on the road ahead, and continued to not only focus on my own goals, but help other people achieve theirs as well. The current reality is there's a lot of news out there that technology is changing the workforce, changing the work environment. A lot of jobs are actually being replaced. A lot of people are going to have to actually reskill and change careers multiple times. Now, for some, that's going to be very actually stressful. You know, in my father's era, he actually started an apprenticeship as a cabinet maker, and he had his own business right through to the day he actually retired. So for 40 years plus of his life, he had the same job. That's probably going to be very, very rare. I've changed careers from starting as a mining engineer to actually a naturopath, running my own clinic, to being involved in the wellness industry, in the travel space, in cryptocurrency, in technology, in project development. I've changed careers probably 10 times during my 40 years as an entrepreneur. And I've always been open to change because I've realized that change is the one constant in life. And therefore, rather than being a victim of all of these things that are going on in life, which, yes, they are actual realities that make life tougher. A lot of people are under financial duress, but being adaptable and being open to new ways of thinking, new ways of doing things is the answer to put that behind you and have a better life. The simple solution really is money solves most problems. I know a lot of people will rationalize with that old argument, money doesn't make you happy. But I've said many, many times, I've been broke and I was miserable. And I've been in times of my life where I've been extremely, I've done very, very well for myself. And I know how much happier I was, because it's not about how much money you've got, but if your heart's in the right place, then you can do incredible things. You can be the actual solution for those people in need who just need a physical handout. You know, I've been in situations in my life where I didn't need many prayers or any actual well-intentioned words of wisdom. I just needed somebody to practically come in and help me out because I was at rock bottom. If you're broke, you can't do that. If you want to have the best education for your children, If you don't have the income, you can't do that. If you want to be able to look after your family and give them an actual legacy, I've been on a mission to change the legacy of my family. My family has been through actually generation of financial challenges. And I grew up in a household where most of the actual discussions were about lack of money. And I swore that I would not live my life that way. If you've got cash flow coming in independent of your location, then it's another level of freedom altogether, because now you've got money coming in regardless of where you live. So now you can go where you're treated best and create life experiences. The older I get, the more experiences I want to accumulate, not more stuff. I realize as I get older that stuff wears out and you can't take it with you, but experiences will create memories that will last a lifetime. So when you woke up this morning on this Monday, ask yourself, what describes you? Living your best life, not living your best life. There's no judgment in that. The reality is you may be not living anywhere near your best life, but that can change. Let us help you. And one of the things to do that I've learned from my experience is look at what successful people do. What I learned is majority of people clearly understand how to work for money. Even the beggar on the street knows how to get money. All of us, when we need money, will find a way to get money. But successful people understand that most people are trying to make money to buy stuff to prove to other people that they've made money. Successful people make money to put money to work, to make more money, so they don't have to think about money anymore. It's not about just having more and more and more. It's getting to a stage where money is no longer dictating your decisions from day to day. And most people, if you're honest with yourself, have their day-to-day decisions dictated by their bank balance, by the amount of funds they've got available. You've also got to seek out financial wisdom so you can learn how to identify opportunities. Well, opportunities come everywhere. I mean, we're in the age of technology. We're in the information age. I mean, opportunities are in abundance. In fact, if anything, it's overwhelming. There are so many opportunities. So how do you identify what's good and what's not good? And then when's the right time to capitalize? Who do you actually associate with? I was watching an Instagram video on the weekend, and it was saying that there's one successful, actually billionaire, and he has a close circle of people around him, and he says he doesn't include anybody in his inner circle unless they've been broke and come good, unless they've been sued, unless they've lost everything. And why? Because he said success teaches you nothing, failure and challenges teach you everything. And I can relate to that. If you just have it easy, you don't learn anything. It's the challenges in life that give you the actual grit and the resilience and the persistence and determination to overcome adversity. And so surround yourself with people who don't rain on your parade when you come good, but actually cheer you on and can give you real life experience, not their opinions, not their rhetoric, but actually can say, yep, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to lose everything. I know what it's like to come back as well. I know what it's like to overcome those challenges. Let me show you what I did. That's who you want to surround yourself with, not people who are pulling you down to their level, not people that can only talk about other people and bad news. It's about not being a victim of this technological age we're in and seeing that you've got no hope, but actually recognizing there are opportunities in it, opportunities to invest in it, like looking at what are the disruptive actual startup technologies that are out there and getting in early and investing in them in different ways, and realizing that there are opportunities for everyday people, not just the venture capital companies that typically are the big winners. And we're going to show you how you can capitalize on some new projects that are going to become big global brands. The brands like Uber, Spotify, Airbnb, Netflix, disruptive projects. Let me ask you, did you capitalize on any of these? Did you get actual shares when they listed on the stock exchange? Or did you think, gee, that Uber sounds like a pretty stupid idea. Who's gonna get in a stranger's car, and how's a business model going to work where they don't own any cars? What about Airbnb? They don't own any real estate. How's that going to work? They're one of the biggest actually accommodation industries in the companies in the world. Spotify doesn't own any recording studios, any record labels, and yet has become a $60 billion music iconic application around the world. Netflix. What all these things have proven is you don't need to create a new industry, you just need to disrupt one. And if you can find out what the next one is, well, what is it? What's the next disruptive project? Well, sports is a massive $550 billion industry, and blockchain sports has made it its mission to be the next major disruptive company. I believe, I said, I've been building businesses now for close to 40 years. So I've learned a lot of things in that time, and I really believe this is one of those once in a decade projects. Every decade there is something really significant that comes out there and makes a name for itself. And we saw that over the years, the Apples, the Amazons, the Teslas, the Facebooks, the Airbnbs, the Ubers. This project's been in development phase up until February, and now we're in this founders phase. It's like this venture capital phase where you get a chance to get in a 6-month window in the final development of this project before it goes live on September 1. September 1, we go to the public, and there's never going to be an opportunity again to be a founder. And founders come with benefits. But first, look at how far we got so far. So what are we doing? Well, what did Uber do? They took an app, just a little app on your phone that you downloaded, and revolutionized taxi industry. What did Spotify do? Put an app on your phone to stream music. So rather than you have to download a music file, wait for the actual file to buffer on a very slow internet, and it would stop and start every few minutes, it streams seamlessly on any internet connection. What did Netflix do? Allow media to be streamed on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your television set. What did Airbnb do? They used an app to allow people to put their properties out there in the marketplace and rent them out, and for people to book as well. A little bit of technology, and we're creating a whole Web3 ecosystem leveraging blockchain technology and disrupting it across multiple sports, getting buy-in from governments and football legends and streaming media companies and international clubs and other developers of technology who are looking at this and going, wow, I've got some pretty cool technology that I believe will help this project. Let me bring that to this ecosystem. And we're not just building digital ecosystem, we're actually building real world infrastructure. We're actually building the training academies, football clubs. We're developing the cutting edge sports sciences. And we've already got 18 months in development. We've been spending 18 months and $30 million to test the actual, as far as the prototype. So we know that the model works, and now we're rolling it out around the world. What's this project worth? If you look at what's the valuation of an Uber or a Airbnb or a Spotify, they're looking at the technology. What is the technology worth? And the intellectual property behind our technology was initially valued at $1 billion at its launch in February this year. 5 weeks later, that valuation went up to $5 billion. And it's increasing all the time because there's more and more technology coming into the ecosystem. And we've got copyright protection to ensure that nobody can just come along and steal our ideas and create a copycat. In fact, the world's largest and most respected consulting company for intellectual property and copyright says this project will be a $500 billion project. That's the total combined value of Uber, Netflix, Spotify, and Airbnb combined together. This company, which deals with the Coca-Colas of the world, has thousands of top-tier clients, has blockchain sports featured as its centerpiece project. And in fact, they're so impressed, they've knocked back many, many clients now to give this a substantial focus. We've got football legends who spent decades building their actual careers, reputation to get all those sponsorship deals and create income for the rest of their lives. And they're getting involved in this project because they see this as a way to give back to the industry that made them heroes, that made them very successful. They don't need any more money. These guys were on $100,000 plus per week contracts. So they're not chasing more money. They're basically saying, we see something here that is going to disrupt this industry. And remember, soccer is only the first industry. We're going to roll this out to multiple sports. And we're going to be tackling all different areas. For example, taking a football player who's actually going through the academy, and we might buy that player at $20,000, and we'll break that player up into NFTs, and might issue, say, 1,000 NFTs, maybe at $100 each, for example. And as he gets signed up from the first club, he's now got a signing contract of $100,000. Then he gets transferred to another top level club and he's worth $1 million. Then he gets transferred to an Arsenal or Liverpool or Manchester United and he's worth $50 million. And guess what? You own a piece of that player. You've got a piece of his worth as he progresses through his career. And what's a career worth? How long does it go for? Could be 5, 10, 15, 20 years. We've got, for the academies and the clubs, we're building real world infrastructure to develop a new player all the way to being an actual professional. Sports sciences, things like virtual reality, extended reality, AI. These are all things that are helping get the best potential out of players. And of course, entertainment. So we're talking about real world revenue streams. As far as the academies, we've actually built out 3 in Brazil already, and they'll be rolling out around the world. Brazil was the initial starting model as the prototype, and we're going to basically have those in 4 continents around the world. The football club royalty. So we go from the actual academies where we develop new talent, have our own football clubs, and also have partnerships with existing clubs. And then we use all the sports and health technology to do DNA testing, brain scans, blood scans, everything to work out how do we prevent injuries? How do we extend the lifespan of that player? How do we get the best value? How does a club pick the right players so they get the best bang for their buck when they're spending tens or hundreds of millions of dollars? And we're going to use this latest technology to actually develop the skill of these players. And you're going to get a share of their sign-on and transfer fees. I said that was worth over $30 billion last year. And media and sponsorship deals. Think about the World Cup and every week, all these live games going on around the world where basically big media deals are happening. We're creating real infrastructure. These are world-class training academies being built with hotels and schools and accommodation, sporting fields, Olympic pools, and all sorts of things to basically create the best athletes, but also allow the families to live with their sons and daughters as they develop their actual skills in their career as well. You know, a family environment makes for a better player. And then we've got the digital side. When you think about developing any technology project, and I've been a project manager for software projects for probably 20 years now. And what we decided to do in the end was we didn't want to be at the mercy of just grabbing somebody else's technology, putting our label on it and putting a few tweaks. We realized that we were always going to be at the mercy of somebody else's technology. So we developed our own platform and we built it from the ground up. We designed what the specifications would be. We got a development team and we created that. Well, the same here. They're creating their own blockchain from the ground up, their own cryptocurrency, their own nodes, their own digital wallets, their own data storage methodology, their own exchange, so that they're not having to rely on somebody else's technology. We're building our own ecosystem. It's like Elon Musk with Tesla. He controls most of the parts that create a brand new motor vehicle with the Tesla brand. He makes sure that he's less reliant on third parties and sourcing off third parties. The more you control from the beginning, from the ground up to the final production, the better. So how do you become a founder? Or why would you become a founder? Well, first mover advantage. Before we go to the public and the public starts to buy, and you get this opportunity, like in Uber, getting in their development phase before they launch their app and getting a piece of the action. And you get to receive daily digital rewards when they go live for the life of the project. You get to receive in real life rewards, IRL rewards. These are the actual royalties and player sign-on fees and the sports science fees. And these are paid every quarter for the life of the project. And you get 2 things. You get cash flow and you get the accumulation of assets. The NFTs, these partial ownership of the academies and the clubs and the players and et cetera, that's a real asset you can sell or that gather in value. The nodes that put into circulation, distribution, the cryptocurrency and validate transactions in our ecosystem and perform all the other things that go on. that makes revenue. And the cryptocurrency we use in our ecosystem that we mint into circulation from these nodes is your asset. It's like having the actual gold press, pressing the gold dust into gold coins, putting into circulation. You own the printing press, you own the coins, you own everything involved. As a founder, only founders get that. And you can grow the community as well and profit from that, sharing something that has real value. Because if you find something really good, there are so many people who are really looking for something to change their life, and you can be the mechanism for that. So you can access this founders opportunity through Limitless, which is the #1 funding community in the world. It began in 2021. It's expanded to over 250,000 people now in 100 countries. Our first project that began a couple of years ago, we've just finished that crowdfund, raised more than $660 million and disrupted the financial industry with new artificial intelligence technology. And every person who was involved in that project was a winner. Everybody made money. How about that? A project where everybody wins. And blockchain sports is the same. Whether you're passive, just looking to put money to work, or actively looking to share this with other people, everybody's going to win. Everybody's going to get a positive outcome. So how do you become a founder? Let's share that, how it works. You basically get a founders pack and you get these rewards. Founders packs range from $500 on the left, there you see, up to $100,000. That was the most discounted price when we began this back in February, and I'll show you what the current prices are now. There's a limited supply. This is not like there's an endless supply. This project will end August 16th, but also there's a limited number of each of these founders packs, and the higher you go, the less there are. Each founder pack comes with these nodes. These nodes are a piece of hardware which they look after for you, and they're like the toll gates on the highway. As you know, motorbikes and cars and buses and train and trucks come through the toll gates, they collect revenue. Or the FPOS terminal, the point of sale terminal on your on the counter of your barber shop or your hairdresser or your restaurant or your butcher shop, and you tap your Visa, MasterCard, Google Pay, etc., they're making a fee for that. Well, nodes are the same. They're actually minting into circulation our cryptocurrency, but also performing a whole lot of different transactions. And that's all revenue. And in addition, you get in real life rewards. So the higher your pack, the more categories of digital rewards you earn, and the more categories of real life rewards you earn, and the more tokens or the more cryptocurrency you mint into circulation. And remember, you own them. So if that token, for example, went to listing in September when it goes live, let's say it's $5. What if it was $50 in a couple of years' time and you held on to that? That's what the opportunity is here. The bigger the pack, the more potential earning. Now, the discount on these founders packs reduces each month. So if you had been in February and March, the base pack was 500. The discount was a little bit less. So in April it's 550. Now it's 600. But if you wait until August, it'll be 750. So the earlier you take action, the bigger the discount you get on the price of these founders packs. And of course, the bigger the discount on the upgrade. So when you upgrade, you just pay the difference in that current month between which pack you want. So for example, in May, if you wanted to upgrade from pack 1, 600 to pack 2, 400, 2400, you would pay basically 1800, even though you might have bought your first pack in February at 500. Now we've got a special promo because you might have looked at those rewards and said, look, I realize that those sports science rewards, which are going to be huge, are available with the $25,000 pack. And the virtual reality, another huge category, is going to be available with the $50,000 pack, but I haven't got the money for that. Well, there's a $6,000 pack that you can get where you can get a partial access to those two categories. In fact, there's a $500 pack that ends today. So talk to the person who brought you into this. There's a $500 pack and a $6,000 pack. So they give you a fractional access to what we believe are going to be the two of the biggest categories, the health sciences and the virtual and extended reality. But there's a limited supply of these. So we talked about the opportunity, you being like a venture capitalist, you come in, you put some money into this early development founders phase, you sit back and you wait for the rewards to come in. Just passive. You go about your day-to-day life, doing what you're doing now, nothing more to you to do. What if you shared this with other people? Let me share what's possible as an added benefit. Here's the rewards. So what if you went to Uber before they went live and you said, look, I'll put in 100K. And they said, thanks very much. That'll help us. As a reward for your early participation, we'll give you a share of our revenue for the life of our project. And when we go live, we'll give you back your money. Trust me, talk to any venture capital company, that doesn't happen. But it does happen here, because if you've got personal referrals where the combined total Founders Pack purchases is $1,000 or more, you qualify what's called a rebate pool. And there's another revenue stream which will rebate back what you paid. So if you started with 500 and went all the way to the 100,000 by the 16th of August, you'd get back your 100K. And all you had to do was simply two people, for example, two people at $600 each this month, and you're going to get back whatever you spend on Founders Pack. In addition, there's referral rewards where you can earn on up to 10 levels of referral. So you tell a few friends who tell a few friends, tell a few friends. That's what happens to me. I've built organizations over 100,000 people, and I usually only refer maybe between 10 and 30 people personally, but I help them share with their friends and share with their friends. And over time, that can grow to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. And as soon as somebody makes a purchase, the rewards that are allocated are paid out within 24 hours. And it's paid in a digital wallet. So you get to claim it and you can convert it back to your local currency if you need to, or keep it and upgrade to a higher pack. And by hitting different milestones, that will increase the amount of your community you can earn rewards on. They also have these breakage pools, which effectively just take the unpaid rewards and distribute them to people who qualify for that. So their mission is, whatever we've allocated to reward the community for expanding it, we're going to pay all of it out, and you just got to meet the qualification. But here's the simplicity of this. If we get down to it, up to 50% of the total digital and real life rewards are shared back to the Limitless community. 40% just going passively to pack owners. So you buy a Founders Pack from 500 up to 100,000, you get the digital rewards coming in daily, and the in real life rewards every quarter. But 10% is going through the rewards plan. So if I build a community, I'm going to get rewarded on the rewards that they get passively. And here's the kicker. The number of founders in the Limitless community receiving digital and in real life rewards after September 1, when we go live, will never increase. There'll never be more founders, but the potential revenue from the project will continue to grow. So you've got a ever expanding revenue with 50% coming back to the community, but the community size stays the same in terms of founders. Result for you as Founders Pack owners and community builders is the potential for a lifetime of increasing passive residual income with no more work to do. Imagine this. You go to work until August 16th in your normal job or business. August 17th, you don't show up anymore, but you keep getting paid. In fact, you get a pay rise ongoingly for the life of that company you used to work for. It sounds like a fantasy, but that's the reality, because it's no different to the people who were the venture capitalists who put money into WhatsApp, into Facebook, into Google, into Tesla, into Uber, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They don't do any more work. They put their money in there and they got paid for the life of the project. The bigger the pack you earn, the bigger the pack you have, the more you earn. The bigger the community you build, the more you earn. The bigger the pack and the community, the bigger everything you earn. So now we get back to the real simple essence of what this is all about. It's a fantastic project. I believe it's one of the most exciting projects I've seen in 40 years as an entrepreneur. But this is the question you really need to ask yourself. If you continue doing what you're currently doing, will you be on track to live your best life? If not, let us help you. And you can also be the bearer of good news. Well, I shared right at the start. A lot of people out there are telling us all the bad things happening in the world. Why not join me and be one of the people sharing some good news with people? This opportunity can really help people. And we've got a get to success blueprint, a step-by-step plan that can walk you through, where I share my decades of experience in a very simple way you can duplicate easily with other people. This project is not complicated. Get a founders pack, get rewarded. Share with other people to get a founders pack, get more rewards. Help them do the same, get more rewards again. That's it. That's the business. It's not that complicated. So the options for you, whichever one you choose, the good thing is you get rewarded. How's that? Whatever choice you make, you get rewarded. Be passive, get a founders pack, earn passive rewards. Also build a community, get your founders pack benefits, and get your passive referral rewards. It's a win-win. There's no losers here, folks. There's only winners. How do you get involved? You simply create a wallet. It's a digital wallet. That's where you receive all your rewards, and you get all your referral rewards as well. So it all comes in a digital wallet, and then you can transfer that out to an exchange and convert that back to your Aussie dollars, your euros, your Thai baht, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. You get a founders pack. That's how you access all these benefits. And once you've done that, you get access to your back office. You get your referral URL. You can track your progress. Everything that you need is at your disposal. And here's the good thing. I built a group of people in the thousands in the last project. So when blockchain sports started in February, I had an existing community that I could just bring to blockchain sports and immediately get involved. Well, this project is going to finish August 16th. And then there'll be, in terms of founders phase, it'll continue to grow, but the founders opportunity is going to finish August 16th. Our next project will be released in Las Vegas on August 17th, and that'll go live on September 1. Well, guess what? The community that you build up to August 16th in blockchain sports will be the community you start with the next project. And so every new project that comes along is like another layer of income. It's like you put money into Uber and you brought a few friends in, they benefit as well. And then when Airbnb comes along, you got all you and your friends to get into the next one. And then along comes another project and you get involved in that. And you're building up these multiple layers of passive residual income. So folks, let's get back to the core of it. All you have to do is just be honest with yourself. As I said, if you keep doing what you're currently doing, are you going to get to where you want to go? And if you're not, if you don't have a plan, let us give you a plan. It's not the only plan. We're not claiming this is the only opportunity in the marketplace. It's one of the best ones I've seen for a long, long time. It's definitely in the speculative category in a sense of like, we can't give you an ironclad. It's not like an investment. It's not an ROI deal. This is where you're saying, I'm taking an early adopter position in this because I can see lifetime rewards. I love that. I love the idea that I can do a bit of work between February and August. And whatever I do in that period, my job is done. There's nothing more I can do. And from September 1 onwards, I've got passive income. Whether I get out of bed or not, whether I go to the beach, go shopping, go for a massage, it doesn't matter. I'm being paid. And that's what I've been building up for years now. I've got many income streams that come in passively. So I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. But I recognize that's not normal, but I set that as my intention in my mid-20s to be in a situation where I could live anywhere in the world, regardless of making money, regardless of where I lived, and regardless of my skill and my occupation, and I can help other people do the same. Help enough people get what they want out of life, and you get what you want as well. So on that note, I'd encourage you to get back to the person who referred you if you're new. Get started. Don't overthink it. Don't get actually paralyzed trying to overthink it. Just get started. You can learn everything you need to go along the way. It's like driving a motor vehicle. You don't understand what's under the bonnet, what's on the dashboard when you first buy a new car, but you still drive it confidently and you slowly work it out along the way. And some things you never worry about because you'll figure it out when you need to. You don't have time to overthink this. We've got 3.5 months left, folks. May, June, July, and half of August. 3.5 months. Now's the time to just get busy. Get busy. I know from experience, what you do in the next 3.5 months could literally set you up for a lifetime of residual income. This project could be one of the biggest projects in the sports arena that's ever been. It could be the next major disruptive project. Can't guarantee you that, but it definitely is on track to become that. So thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I look forward to sharing with you again. I said, if you're new, get back to the person who invited you and thank them for exposing you to this. It took courage to do that. They cared about you. And if you're in, but you haven't really jumped in, then maybe it's time to jump in. Maybe it's time to just go for it. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I look forward to talking with you again soon. Take care. God bless.